What's good? Welcome back to the Renaissance Man's Templar, a place for you to come in from the battlefield of life to create, reflect, refocus, and remember, the war is yours, so let's conquer it. This is power, what separates the boys from the men, and if you want to conquer it with me, I suggest you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, and join the league of extraordinary spiritual kings. You know, initially when you make an attachment with a person, of course you have that honeymoon phase where this person, they're gonna be becoming more attached to you. They're going to want you around more, and you guys are ultimately going to start spending more time together. But eventually, this phase is going to end. And the reason for this is because they start to get used to you. You understand? You start to get used to the scent. You almost don't smell it. And you have a car for so long, and you buy it, that new car smell, that feeling eventually goes away. And so the law of 16 of power simply tells us that the cycle of seduction and love works this way. When your lover begins taking you for granted, pull away for a while without explanation. Your absence automatically generates thought, automatically generates this person's desire from you, because the energy has been cut off and they're used to this drug, they're used to this energy, they're used to this presence, they're used to it. And when you finally return, he or she cherishes and respects you again, and much more. I had a woman, man, we had a bad fallout. I ain't gonna lie. We had a bad fallout. And in the event, I didn't talk to her for 3 years, you know what I mean? But somehow we ended up talking again after 3 years. I was pretty much understood about everything. She apologized, and from that moment, I had the potential and the utmost respect with that woman, initially in that period, because of that absence, because of who I am, and because of the presence of how I showed up and what we talked about. At some point, people move in and out of our lives. Nearly everyone in the limelight overstays their welcome, and the respect people have for them plummets because they're too accessible. They're too much in the public. They're too much in the public eye. You're too ordinary. Knowing when to retire is key. Like Tom Brady, knowing when to quit is key. Knowing, even what to say and what not to say. It could be absence of words. What you do and what you don't do, your yeses and your nos. And if you retire at the right time, you'll continue to be respected. For instance, an actress named Greta Garbo retired in her mid-30s, referring to a leave in the stage before friends got tired of her, before her music got bad, before it was tainted. She knew how to use absence to increase respect and honor. Some, artists that retire, and even after their retirement or them being absent, like Rihanna, they make a bomb appearance and they continue to make even more money just because of this allure and this brand that surrounds them. Both presence and absence are key concepts, because with strong presence, you attract attention, you overshadow everything else. But if you overdo it, it can become ambiguous and people will stop paying attention to you. You understand? They will lose respect and power because they're used to you. And you could be making small mistakes in these moments, even being with them. But when absence comes in, you can preserve and enhance your status by withdrawing, at the right moment, just before people start getting rid of you. You understand? This is how you keep people in your life. This is how, because, people need space. You know what I'm saying? People need to breathe. People need space to grow. People need space to go mature. You understand? And you can't make people do that inner work. So you have to get away from them sometimes. You have to give distance for them to think, for them to breathe. You understand? This is something that you have to know in every relationship. This could be with your mom, this could be with your family, whoever. In these cases when we start showing up for people and they stop understanding our impact, our influence, and who we are, and sometimes we can too. So to remind ourselves, we have to use absence to increase respect and honor, because it can get you more seen, it can get you more heard from your viewpoint. If you want to create a brand, for instance, make your brand less accessible to people, you understand, because it's going to increase its respect. It's like putting a certain price point on a service, and because people know it's more expensive, they value it more, because they already seeing the price point. So if they have to pay a higher price for it, then, because they work for it, they're going to appreciate it more, guys. And this is the same for women. This is the same for people. This is the same for relationships. A lot, when you go through something with someone, a lot of the times, because you have that emotion, there's a thin line between love and hate. And because, if I can get a reaction out of you, I can get some love out of you, or I can get a feeling out of you, then that means that you still feel something for me. You understand how to get someone deeply obsessed with you, how to get someone attached to you, how to seduce someone. This is what you have to do. Make yourself less accessible to enhance your value in other people's minds, and you will have power. You will have power. You will have respect. And at the same time, you have to be working on yourself, growing yourself, internally healing, externally going to get what you need, the tools you need in the physical world, and, conquering the world to become the best person you can be. This is power, and this is what separates the boys from the men. If you like content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications, and like this video, because it helps me get messages like this around to people like you, people who need it, people who can use it in their everyday lives to be better men, better women, and better Renaissance people. You understand?